Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Amma ba'da, habita fillah. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Da'a ma yuribak ila ma la yuribak. Nabiyyina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam said, leave that which is doubtful for that which is certain, for a lack of better words. That it's very important for the believer to busy himself or herself with that which is going to be beneficial. And that's why we always invite and talk to the people about ilm al-nafi', about beneficial knowledge. Because beneficial knowledge, ilm al-nafi', this no doubt concerns you. It concerns any believer. A believer concerns himself or herself with ilm al-nafi', with those things which are going to bring them closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with protecting himself or herself from the shaitan and the various traps of the shaitan. And so we need to learn to be more grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the time that He blesses us with, because we have time and then we involve ourselves in doubtful issues, and we have time and we disregard the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we are blessed with time and sometimes wealth, and we waste it on the muharramat and in doubtful and wicked things. So it's very important for the believer to do those things which are going to bring them closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and stay away from the shubahat. Stay away from the doubtful things that will cause you doubt in your religion. And getting into doubtful discussions, getting into controversy, things that are not going to bring you benefit. And I recall Sheikh Abdul Razak al-Badr, hafidhullah ta'ala, mentioning, and many times in discussions about the importance of really, he emphasizes ilm al-nafi' all the time. He's always busying himself with teaching and khair, and calling people to khair, calling people to the sunnah. And I recall him mentioning about ilm al-nafi', about ilm al-nafi', and meaning knowledge that benefits you. So think about it. If you need to know and discuss about individuals all the time, and you need to know and get yourself in controversy, if you need to know the latest news about so-and-so and what's the ruling on so-and-so, should I stay away from so-and-so, should I involve with so-and-so, I saw so-and-so with this. In fact, a lot of that knowledge is not beneficial knowledge. And a lot of that knowledge causes you doubt. Because I've seen how people have even mentioned to me how they have doubt in their deen because of personalities and individuals. And that's a strange thing, because that means that they were not aslan putting their trust and their faith and their hope and their certainty in Allah Azza wa Jal. If you are shook because you saw so-and-so do this, because so-and-so can go astray, I can go astray, you can go astray, she can go astray. But if you put your faith and your hope in individuals and personalities, then when they go astray, you're shook. Maybe you cause doubt, maybe you leave your religion. How many people had faith in so many hizbis, and then when those hizbi leaders and hizbi du'at, when it becomes clear that they have deviated from the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, people don't even know. I honestly know one person that doesn't even worship Allah anymore. They have left Islam. Murtad. He left Islam. And I remember having discussions about, when I first met him, he mentioned, I like this guy in America. He was British. And he said, I like this guy in America. And he was talking about Yasser Qadi. So I didn't want to jump in and just say, he's mubtadi' or something. But I just said, yeah, I know of him, and I'm not a fan of his or whatever. I said something, and we got into a little discussion. He said, and I heard, and he said, I used to visit the Salafis in Brixton. I used to visit the Salafis here and there and that, and in Birmingham. And they were like this and that and the other. I said, well, he said, and they were extreme is what he said. But I saw over time, because he was my work colleague for years, And subhanAllah, what was the nihaya for him? Is he left Islam. Left Islam. Ramadan, we're fasting. All the other, I remember the Bengali and Pakistani workers that were working with us, they said, is that guy Muslim? And I said, yeah, he's from Kashmir. Why? Because, he was from Kashmir. So generally from Kashmir, I think you're going to be Muslim. And I know him as a Muslim. I said, yeah, why? They said, we never see him. He said, because they would, all the Muslims were fasting on Ramadan, and the non-Muslims at our job were allowed, they couldn't eat in front of the Muslims. They had to go, it was the rules there in Saudi Arabia that they had to go in a private room and have their lunch and stuff. And he was just munching away Ramadan. So my point is, although I got on a tangent, is when you get caught up in personalities and things like this, you will see, this is doubt. And this controversy can make you leave Islam and cause doubt in your religion or doubt on the minhaj al-sunnah. Let me give you another example. There was also the case of when there was a sheikh, and I'm not going to mention him. I've mentioned him before, but may Allah have mercy upon him because he just died about a year or so ago now. And there was a lot of brothers who were really blind followers of the sheikh. And he had problems when his issues became known. There were so many people who were blind following. I heard about people in Algeria, literally students of knowledge, like a guy jumping out of the window and things like this. And this is true. It was related to me from Taqat, from trustworthy people. And it shows you how the people, they got so much into blind following and taqleed and ta'asub. So then when this sheikh used to be very close to Sheikh Rabi'. And when Sheikh Rabi', began advising him and they fell out and they began harsh words between them, and this sheikh's mistakes became well known, and his hizbiyah, may Allah forgive us and him, but the people were shook. They didn't know what to do. And that's why, because they got so caught up in the controversy, they got so caught up in the ashkhas, meaning personalities and people, instead of getting caught up in the kitab and the sunnah. And this is what we're trying to advise you to. I'm trying to get myself on that, so I want you to be on that. Worship Allah, fear Allah, come back to the book and the sunnah, stay away from controversy, and stay away from the people of controversy and shaitaniyah, the people who spread shaitaniyah and waswas, and who call for you to be skeptics about the sunnah, or skeptics about the du'a to sunnah, or skeptics about anything which is thabit. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal, the Almighty, to accept our good and forgive our evil. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. دع ما يريبك إلى ما لا يريبك